Or did you want to do an intro coming in, or you want me to do it? Welcome to Churubusco High School. LaGwana Media here, bringing you another Westview Warrior basketball game. The second of the night. The junior varsity just defeated the Eagles this evening, 81-9. I'm guessing tonight's varsity contest will be a little closer than that. Tonight's game is brought to you by our platinum sponsor, Weaver Furniture Sales, now with 2 locations in Shipshewana, south of US 20 on County Road 75 North, and in the Davis Mercantile on Main Street in downtown Shipshewana. Our silver sponsors are Height Auto Body, US 20 West in LaGrange, Eden Worship Center, Topeka Do It Best Hardware at the Blinker Light in downtown Topeka. Also, Tiffany's Restaurant on East Lake Street in Topeka. Freedom Finish Works in Topeka, your local source for powder coating. Also, Dale's dependable handyman service. Dale is the right man for the job. And LaGwana, serving our customers with creative solutions. Our bronze sponsors are Topeka Pharmacy, your friendly hometown pharmacy. Also, Lehman Insurance and Financial Group in Topeka. Our passion is protecting yours. By Jerry's Standard Service in Middlebury for your automotive repair and tire service needs. Also, Topeka Clinic on Lehman Drive in Topeka. Dutch Blessing Floral in Shipshewana, featuring floral arrangements and gift baskets for all occasions. Also, Mold Mob, located just west of 5 and 20 in Shipshewana, or call 260-214-1250. And Precision Financial Group with local advisors Andrew Landgraf, Adam Christner, and Ryan Yoder. Jamie now will be right back to take a look at tonight's game with an interview with Coach Ed Bentley right after this word from this season's platinum sponsor, Weaver Furniture Sales in Shipshewana.
Weaver Furniture Sales in Shipshewana invites you to visit their expanded showroom filled with a complete line of solid hardwood, custom-made furniture for your entire home. You'll also find a wide selection of recliners, couches, chairs, and many more home furnishings to suit anyone's taste. Weaver Furniture, located just south of US Highway 20 on County Road 75 North. Weaver Furniture Sales in Shipshewana, family owned and operated since 1989.
This is Jamie Miller with LaGwana Media, and we are at Churubusco High School tonight, getting ready for NECC action between Westview and Churubusco. And Coach, you're coming off a hard-fought game against Northridge. Obviously, the final score wasn't what we would want, but what do you like about Westview's performance in that game?
I thought our grit to stick around was pretty good. I think there was a moment we talked at halftime where it's one of those games where we could have flipped pretty easy, and we could have been down 25 versus, being in a position at the end to get there. Thought we at crucial times we turned it over. I think we got it to 5 or 6 there, and we turned it over once or twice, and they went down and hit a couple shots. But for this new group, I thought our ability to understand that we're never out of a game, just to keep grinding, was really important for us that night.
Absolutely, and you're right. They had an experienced team, and they shot the lights out, so that can take you out mentally.
We have a bunch of guys back, and I keep saying this, and eventually we can't hang our hats on this anymore, but we have a bunch back, but they're all playing new roles, and I think at times that's difficult for kids to be comfortable with, and for them to be comfortable with each other in those roles. So I think every minute we have out on the floor right now is just about that growth and getting everybody comfortable within those new roles. And these games matter a lot, but we all know the games in March. We want to be playing our best at that point.
Absolutely. Now, looking to tonight, Churubusco brings back at least 3 guys that played a lot of minutes on a really good team last year. What do they do that is really hard to stop, and what do we have to do tonight to come out here with a victory?
Well, I've always said it, and I know them really well from Angola, but they, anytime you have 2 guys are pretty easy to game plan for and play and guard them. You add a 3rd guy in who's a shooter and can stretch the floor. That makes it really tough to guard. So they've got a good mixture of size, and Paul's a really good point guard, and then McClure just is a really streaky good shooter. So it's tough. they spread the floor really well, and we're going to have to do a really good job. Obviously, we're outsized with Landon Jordan, but we have a bunch of dudes that are okay and are willing to battle, and then Paul's going to be I think there's a stat somewhere that talks about him and his brother have set records for how many times they get to the free throw line in games and manufacture points from like 10 feet in. So we have to keep our hands off of Paul and be physical from the waist down with him, but not pound him. And then McClure is just every coach that I've talked to in the NECC, he's just a guy that seems to have a good way of making big plays at big times. So it's going to be tough, but I feel good about our guys. We had a really good week of practice. I think we're growing together, and I think that's the key.
All right, thank you, Coach. Good luck tonight. This is Jamie. We'll be back to Churubusco High School in 1 minute.
At this time, would you please stand for the Queen of the School songs? First for our visitors, the Westview Warriors.
Mouth-watering home-cooked meals, nightly specials, large buffet, breakfast buffet on Saturday, chicken, shrimp, and beef brisket on Saturday night, and Tuesday's lunch chicken buffet. These are what you'll find at Tiffany's Restaurant in Topeka. Top off your meal with a slice of their delicious homemade pie. That's Tiffany's Restaurant on East Lake Street in Topeka. For carry-out orders, call 260-593-2988.
And welcome back to Churubusco High School, where we got about 3 minutes left before tip-off. Actually, they just stopped the clock so we can play the national anthem. Well, I take that back. They're doing the Churubusco school song, so we'll keep talking here. Dan, one of the interesting facts about coming into this season is 64 teams came into this season with a winning streak.
Yeah, that's very true.
Usually there's
very
one.
Different. Well,
I take that back. Four. Usually there's 4. This year there's 64.
Yeah.
Churubusco is one of those, and they're on a 10-game winning streak, as a matter of fact. And if you count a 1-point loss to Snyder last year, if you would eliminate that, they'd be on a 12-game winning streak. So Churubusco's a hot team. They got 3 very experienced seniors in Landon Jordan, Jackson Paul, and Luke McClure. And those are kind of the 3 that I think the coach was alluding to tonight. He was talking about the 3-headed monster.
Yeah.
So
the reality is, like you said, they had a heck of a season going last year. I'm sure they were looking at regional and right on down the line, and it got cut off.
Absolutely, and that's just, especially with the seniors that left. Hunter Perlich, Noah Wolf was one. There's another one, Gage Kelly. And the way they were playing at the end of the year last year, to come into Westview with a full house and jump out to an 18-0 lead in sectional and led by 27-6 after 1 quarter.
I was trying to forget that.
Well, I had to do research, so glad to bring it back up.
Yeah.
But they were as hot as any team out there and playing well, and they would have been matched up, at least in the regional anyhow, with Blackhawk.
Yeah, Blackhawk. I was going to say it was a Fort Wayne.
Right,
yeah.
and that would have been I think they had a really good shot, even with Blackhawk's skill and length. But anyways, they're back, new season. This is their first game, so a little tough. Last week we played Northridge, and we hadn't got a chance to see them, and I think they did some things offensively that we weren't expecting, and that allowed them to get some open shots that, maybe if you'd had a little scouting on them, that wouldn't happen as much.
Well, we have the same issue with Busco tonight, but one of the big things we have to do is stop Jackson Paul from drawing fouls. He mentioned that he's very adept at getting in the lane and getting fouls called.
Right. Well, he drives in there. He's got the big guy in there to dish off to. He's got all kinds of options. I mean, it's not like he's driving in there and got nowhere to go.
Yeah, and we're going to pause right now for our national anthem.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Superintendent Dan Huckle, Principal Jim Fallon, Athletic Director Nate Wright, my faculty, staff, and students would like to welcome you to Churubusco Junior Senior High School. Tonight's game features the visiting Westview Warriors and your own hometown Churubusco Eagles. At this time, would everyone please stand, gentlemen, remove your hats as we honor our great country and the men and women who serve as we play our national anthem.
All right, great rendition there of our national anthem. We are getting ready for opening, starting lineups. Not the opening tip, starting lineups.
Yeah, they probably should do that first.
So for Westview tonight,
a 5'8" senior, number 11, Ben Burkett.
got number 11, Ben Burkett starting, one guard.
Also a guard, a 6'2" junior, number 13, Mason Yoder.
Mason Yoder following him out.
Also a guard, a 5'9" sophomore, number 33, Brady Yoder.
We got about 6 that we kind of rotate starting, and so you never know for sure exactly who's starting, but Brady is starting. Drew Letweiler, number 25.
And also at forward, a 5'11" senior, number 31, Luke Miller.
Luke starting tonight instead of Linden. One other note is Bucky is number 45 tonight instead of 55. He had a uniform snafu, so he's using somebody else's uniform.
Okay.
So for Busco tonight,
starting at one of the guard positions, a 6'1" senior, number 4, Jackson Paul.
Jackson Paul, one of the most experienced players on the floor tonight. He's been leading the action since he was a 7th grader. Number 10.
Number 10, Drew Cleat.
And he is a 5'7" freshman out there. So they have 3 seniors, and then they're starting a freshman as well. 2 freshmen, as a matter of fact.
Number 11, Luke McClure.
And McClure was the one that Coach referenced in the pregame interview.
A 6'5" freshman, number 24, Gavin
Holzenbach. If I say that name wrong and his parents are listening, I apologize, but I'll do my best.
6'9" senior, number 23, Landon Jordan.
So an interesting contrast. It's not usual you see 3 seniors and 2 freshmen starting.
Yeah, it's an interesting mix. So.
But as I scan through their classes and everything, they have 2 juniors listed. One of the juniors doesn't even have a number, so I'm not sure if he's on the team at this point. But
I wondered about that too. I saw they had several on there with no numbers or no.
no numbers on
Yeah,
the
no
roster.
numbers beside him. So,
But they only got 7 guys here, so only 2 sitting on the bench.
yep. So we are ready for tip-off. We got Mason ready to jump against Landon Jordan.
And Mason looks pretty short there.
Yeah, well, Landon's a quick jumper too, and the one thing that he does that really hurt us last year, he didn't play in the first game, but in the sectional, is he takes away a lot of the layups that we like to get.
Yeah,
And he can erase it. So we got a steal up front by Ben, and he gets run over by Olsenbach. So he'll be inbounding the ball close to our bench here.
Call that a freshman mistake. Running over a player coming down the floor.
Yeah, good-looking freshman, 6'5". So he's going to be a fixture here for many years. So Churubusco comes out in the zone. Nice pass in the middle and an underneath cut by Mason for 2 right there. I think we had a good experience last week against Northridge trying to figure out their zone. And so I think we're a little more prepared for it tonight.
And here's a surprise. We're playing man-to-man.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I don't know that we won't at all. So Luke with the rebound. McClure misses.
Well, we're pushing hard. Drew pulls up, misses. Well, those are pretty good shots we're taking there. I probably could get a little bit better, but nice block there by Mason. Drew bringing it up the court again. Does a good job of seeing the floor. Ben shoots and misses. Quick outlet down and tied it up. Landon's really good at catching the ball and throwing it ahead, and that time they caught us. Westview in a kind of a 1-3-1 set to beat this zone. They're putting Drew right in the middle to handle the bulk of the ball handling because he can see over the defense pretty well. Yeah, I think that would have been a basket even if he didn't make it there. Paul over to McClure. McClure back to Paul. Paul for 3, in and out. And he's really improved that shot over the years. I know he hit 3 or 4 in sectional, or it felt like it. And that was kind of a knock on him early in his career, but he's really improved in that area. So Ben throws it down low to Mason. Mason with a 15-footer, no good. And Jordan is there to grab the rebound. Sounds like Busco is setting up a set play here.
Oh, nice move by the freshman. Couldn't get it to go.
Yeah, we did a great job of closing off the lane for Jackson that time, but when they rotated it, we kind of lost our closeout ability. Brady from the corner, got it. 2-pointer for Brady. Nice cut. That short corner shot is going to be there against the zone, and we've taken a couple from there already, and that's the first one we've hit.
Just recognizing that that's there and working for it, it's a good sign.
Yeah, here's the tough part. What do you do when you get it in there? Good job with Brady weaving through traffic. Drew with the ball. Nice kickoff to Luke for 2, no good. Mason with the tip-in rebound, and it is 8-2 Westview. Just battling the rebound for the rebound that time is all it took. A little extra effort, and we outfought them for it. So we have a 30-second timeout. We're going to keep it here.
We can. We didn't have much chance to talk beforehand. But,
right.
In case you weren't with us earlier, the junior varsity did come out on the front end of an 81-9 decision earlier. Churubusco had 4 freshmen and 1 sophomore. And that was it. They had no bench.
Yeah, well, you can see probably there are 2 leading from that group. Right. They're on the varsity.
Yeah,
so
and starting on the varsity.
Yeah, so taking that away, it really puts a hole in the class. So it reminded me a little bit of that when we played Bethany 3 years ago. We won 81-7. That was a varsity level, but you don't see that too often. But Churubusco definitely was struggling. But you know, our JV is really a fun group to watch. They really move the ball, very fundamentally sound. And, there's a lot of freshmen on that team, too.
Well,
so
that was with Braden Aish only playing
one quarter.
The first quarter.
Yeah, exactly. So, no, I thought they did a nice job. of continuing to play even when it got way out of hand. Ball down low, tipped away by Luke. So they got Luke primarily guarding Landon, and he's really, I don't think Landon seems to like that physical play down there. So
yeah, he's having trouble delivering the ball.
What you want to try to do with someone like that, he wants to camp right near the basket. If you can at least push him out a step, it gets him out of his comfort zone a little bit. Into McClure. Ben's hounding him. And he drives it hard, and they're going to call a foul on Ben, I believe.
Luke had stepped in to stop the pass from to Landon.
Well, they're doing a really good job of when they do throw it down there, we're contesting the catch, and if he catches it, we're contesting any kind of movement or dribble. So out of bounds underneath for Churubusco. Good cover up there time by Brady on the closeout. McClure up top with the ball. Throws it into Landon, fell asleep that time just a little bit. Nice play, he had nice position and got a layup out of it. So 8-4 Westview. Drew brings it up the court quickly. Busco going to a little bit of a trap. Luke with the splits the trap, throws it under the band, back to Drew. He got it. 2-pointer for Drew. And that's great ball movement that time. And just illustrates what I've been saying all along. This group plays really well together.
Yeah, and they recognize they're not going to get that shot if Landon's there, so you got to get it somewhere where Landon's not.
Long three that time by Paul, no good. Drew with the rebound, brings it up the court, met at half court with a trap, fights through it, gets it to Luke at the elbow, back out the bend, over to Brady for three, no good. Drew with the rebound, tip, good.
And that's the second tip in we've had. Mason had one earlier.
Well, our guys have come out certainly ready to play tonight. Been very aggressive. We're getting second shots. We're fighting down, getting through screens. So good start to the game. Long three by Hulsenbeck. Was it Hulsenbeck?
Yeah, it's Hulsenbeck.
Hulsenbeck looked like a pretty nice shot, rimmed out. Luke with the ball now, double team to half court, over the bend, in the corner to Drew. And kind of a sloppy pass inside, got lucky to get that one back. Drew drives the lane over to Brady for three, got it! Three-pointer for Brady Yoder, and Westview is up 15-4 with 2:35 left in the first quarter.
I'm thinking this might not be what Busco was expecting.
Paul drives in the lane. Good defense that time. I think that was Mason challenging
Mason,
that shot.
I think he got a piece of it.
Inside to Brady. Bounce pass to Drew. Great shot up and in by Drew, and it is Busco starting to look around at each other and wonder what's going on. Well, it's a new season, their first game, you know.
Yeah.
On one hand, we don't get to scout them. On the other hand, they don't get to work the kinks out either.
Yeah.
So we've had a couple of games to do that. Down low to Jordan. Turns on Luke and just powers it up and over him. Timeout Busco. And it looks like a 30-second timeout for Busco.
Let's just keep it right here. I want to talk a little bit about Westview has elected to not put their games behind a paywall this season, but we are asking people to donate what you would pay to come to the games anyway. And for tonight, we are going to donate what you donate will go to the Churubusco Athletic Department. So if you would have, what you'd pay to get in, if you're watching tonight, I would encourage you to go ahead and pay the $5, or if there's a couple of you, pay 10, 15, and that would that money will all go to the Churubusco Athletic Department minus whatever PayPal takes out for processing those payments.
Yeah, good point.
Go to LaGwanamedia.com. On our homepage, right below the Westview Varsity Boys team, there is a donate button. Just click on that and that'll step you right through it. It's real easy.
So Busco called timeout. Looks like to set up some kind of pressure here. Drew inbounding, full court pressure. Looks like man-to-man. In the corner to Luke, back out to Drew. And Busco has gone to a man-to-man defense. Now it looks like they figured out that we were beating their zone, so let's try something different. Good effort out there by Busco. Good fake underneath, and Linden
Beautiful
with
play.
the and one.
Actually, it was Luke, wasn't it?
No,
it is Linden.
No, it's Linden, yeah. So another freshman, Aiden White, was providing really good pressure out there on the ball that time. So that's three freshmen in their top six that are providing some good minutes tonight for Churubusco. Linden hits the free throw, makes it 20-6. A minute 35 left in the first quarter.
It looks like we're in a 2-3, or are we just in a matchup, or what? No,
Well, it's just, you know, we play man that has some zone principles. In other words, when you're not right on your man, you're guarding kind of an area. Good fake out there, and
that was
Drew
Pleat. It's pronounced
Drew Pleat, 5'7" freshman. Great fake. We went flying by, and he hit a 3. Great shot.
And McClure is going to be called for the foul.
Looks like they
his first.
Looks like they only gave him 2 on that. His foot must have been on the line.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm okay with that.
Well, that's one of those examples, especially with the freshmen. You're going to have absolutely no scouting on them. You don't know what they do well or they don't. Linden in the corner, Luke trying to get it in the corner to Drew. Gets knocked out of bounds, so we'll inbound it over there on the side.
Boy, they are just all over us right now.
Yeah, they've come out.
Strategy.
They came out a little passive in that zone, and they have turned up the heat. Our passes, we've got away with several of those. That time we didn't get away with it. So our passes have to be more crisp. We need to pass it away from the defense and not to the player because they are shooting the passing lanes. Luke with it in the middle, throws it out to Linden. Linden dribbles up top, over to Brady. Down in the corner to Drew. Inside to Luke, and stolen away out of there again. And he traveled with the basketball. Number 12, Pleat is really, no, that was White, my fault. White has really got active hands out there and really aggressive.
It's sort of fun to watch them there where they're doing this man-to-man. Man, they're just all over.
It's making us work and be careful with everything, and that I don't think Jackson touched that one, so that is another turnover on Westview.
Yeah, I think Linden was trying to hit his brother Luke, and Luke didn't realize it. He let it just sail over top of him.
Yeah, so whatever was said in the huddle after that last timeout or whatever strategy they came up with has been effective. Churubusco with a nice comeback here.
Yeah, we were up 17-4. Now it's 20-10.
So it looks like they're going for one shot here. McClure dribbles out top. Linden weaves through traffic. Paul for 3, no good. And fighting for the rebound. Drew's got it. 5 seconds to go, and he gets fouled. Nice battle that time under the boards for the ball. I don't know if that was Luke or Linden battling, but kept it alive, kept Landon from getting the offensive rebound.
Caleb Corey checking in for his first action of the year.
Yep, got a Caleb Corey sighting.
Number 31, Caleb Corey.
And also,
and for the Eagles, number 2, Cal Ostrowski.
Cal Ostrowski, a junior, making his first appearance.
Yep, number 2, one with the headband. So yeah, we've not seen Caleb for this year yet.
Correct. I mean, this is his first game back.
Right. Drew brings it up court, down to 3, 2, 1. Brady at the buzzer, got it.
That was beautiful. Quick release. Love it.
Just like they planned it. So Westview ends the quarter like they started it, on fire. 23-10 after 1. We'll be back after these messages.
If you're looking to replace or repair your home appliances, Topeka Do It Best Hardware is your local stop for Amana, Maytag, and Whirlpool appliances. Featuring in-home and in-store service and parts on most makes of home appliances. See JJ for all your appliance needs at Topeka Do It Best Hardware, an authorized Whirlpool and Maytag service center for over 40 years, located at the Blinker Light in downtown Topeka. Call them at 260-593-2973.
Want to know what I like best about playing basketball for my high school? I like it because it's a place where my friends get to see me play. I like it because I'm playing for someone besides myself. I'm playing for everybody in my school and every person in my community.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
And back at Churubusco High School, getting ready to start the second quarter. Westview with a 23-10 lead. Churubusco has played 7 players at this point, and that's all they got suited up.
Yeah, that's all
so
they got.
They're rotating them through. Westview, I think, also has played 7. Yeah, because Caleb came in the game, or he's in the game now.
Right, yeah.
So Busco in a little bit of a, looks like a trapping zone. So switching defenses on us tonight. Caleb in the middle makes a pretty good target. Caleb wing pass to Mason inside to Drew. Drew backs it out, gets trapped, throws it underneath, knocked out of bounds, and we will unbound it under the basket.
Tell you got Landon Jordan coming out on you. That's hard to pass over.
Yeah, you don't want to get in a trap in the corner with him there. That's a tough spot. But when he does come out, it opens up it under the basket, so that's good.
Well, that's true. That's the silver lining. Yeah.
Caleb left wing to Brady for three. Got it.
3 of 4 tonight for Brady. 3-point range.
I was watching him in warm-ups, and he took a little while to get locked in, but he's there.
So we're 3 of 4, and they're 0 for 4 right now from 3-point range. That'll make a pretty big difference pretty quick.
Yeah, definitely. Opposite of last week, huh?
Yeah.
In the corner for Ostrowski, dribbles into Landon and rims out of there. Mason with the rebound, brings it up court. Over to Drew as we get set up here, and it looks like they are still in their zone, kind of an extended zone. Drew brings it up, fake, reverse it, inside to Caleb. Caleb can hit that shot. Brady for three, got it!
Yeah, I'd say he's feeling it. There's 4 of them.
And McClure just ran over Brady. Brady got in the way and took a charge. It looks like we got a little bit of altercation going on down there, a little frustration.
Number 11.
That'll be his second. 4, and of course that counts as a turnover when you have an offensive foul.
That's right. That's right. Well, Brady, just as we mentioned, each game has a knack of just reading where the defense is coming and getting in the way. So Drew brings it up court.
Brady's just a very smart ball player, I think, and all. I love watching him play.
Yeah, and you can't ever tell if he's upset or happy.
Oh, I know. Yeah, just no look on that face.
Drew in the corner, back out to Caleb. Inside to Linden, and third inside to Mason, who gets grabbed by, I think, McClure.
McClure. If it is, that's his third.
Eagles, number 11.
I'm guessing that's not really what Coach wanted to see, so he got sent freshman Olsenbeck back in.
Yeah, so they have 2 freshmen, a junior, and 2 seniors out there right now, Busco does. Into Caleb, back out to Drew. Drew's doing a lot of the ball handling tonight, I've noticed. Into Brady, and looks like we're going to call was it a foul or 3 seconds?
A screen, I think.
Okay, legal screen on
Caleb. Corey.
Okay, Caleb Corey. So Caleb gets his name in the stat sheet.
Well, more ways than one. If
That's
you count
right.
That as a turnover, so it gets in there twice.
Well, we'd like to, those kind of things, that's all right. That's being physical, that's what we want.
Yep.
Paul brings it up the court. Mason doing a nice job of staying in front of him. That time he got by him a little bit, and he's going to get 2 free throws out of it.
Said he got slapped on the head by Linden, I think. So.
Yeah, one thing that he does really well, and that's Paul I'm talking about, is his change of pace. He's still, and all of a sudden he's just
boom.
Yeah,
He's 10 feet away.
Very explosive, and that's hard to adjust to as a defender. Makes his first free throw. First point of the quarter for Churubusco. At this point, we're up, 6-1 this quarter?
Yeah, 2 threes. Grady's 2 threes. So Paul's taken 3 threes and not made any of them for Busco so far, so not quite dialed in there yet for him.
So he's got 2 free throws, 29-12. Drew brings it up court. Busco back in their man-to-man.
Well, and then keep Luke Litweiler outside. That'll keep Landon out there.
That's a good point. Linden with the ball now, looks inside for Drew, not there, back up to Mason. Mason backs it out, over to Brady, and just skipped through his hands. The one thing I think we're going to see all year about this team is you're not quite sure who's going to be the hot hand that night. Right. You know, last game Mason led us with, I think he had 21, a little bit of everybody against Bethany, but Mason, I don't know if he's had 2 tonight, I think. Has he on a tip in?
He has 4.
Oh, he has 4,
one
okay.
Tip in and 1 layup.
But he's doing, his role tonight is stop Jackson, and that's the key to stopping Busco, I think. Over to Pleat, over to Landon. Looks like it was tipped out by Mason.
Yeah, Mason's got nice jumping ability to try to stop the pass like that. So Luke and Ben back in, and Linden and Caleb out for the rest.
Well, the one thing Caleb brings, and he's out now, but at least he gives us length in there.
Yeah.
You know, with a big guy like in there, that's really helpful. Paul with the ball out top. Throws it wing to Ostrowski into Jordan. Runs over.
Wow. Just plowed him down. I think everybody saw that.
Well, if you're going to get a foul, you might as well go all out. So I think Busco's a little bit frustrated. Sometimes when you're a big guy and you have smaller guys pestering you, it really gets aggravating, and that looks like what's happening a little bit.
Have you ever had a gnat that just won't leave you alone? I'm guessing that's what they're feeling.
Down to Mason. Mason, nice move underneath, and they're going to call a foul, but on the ground. Basket doesn't count.
But that's still going to be a shooting foul.
Yep, 1-1.
Kyle Ostrowski, that'll be his first.
Ostrowski picks that up, so 8 for the team now. And like we said, McClure's got 3, and Jordan's got 2 of those. So a couple of their seniors.
Mason makes the first one. That was a really nice move by Mason that time. That's good footwork on that move. It's not just a turn and shoot it. It's a kind of a turn and up and under, and it's tell us something he's worked on. Misses the second one. Rebound by Jordan up to Jackson.
Wipes it off the rim. Just barely got off the rim before he got it. Right
Jackson out top into Landon and puts it up and in. And Busco calls timeout. So that is their third timeout already. And we got 4:32 to go in the first quarter. This will be a full time, our second quarter. Full timeout. We'll be back in after these messages.
Weaver Furniture Sales in Shipshewana invites you to visit their expanded showroom filled with a complete line of solid hardwood custom-made furniture for your entire home. You'll also find a wide selection of recliners, couches, chairs, and many more home furnishings to suit anyone's taste. Weaver Furniture, located just south of US Highway 20 on County Road 75 North. Weaver Furniture Sales in Shipshewana. Family owned and operated since 1989.
Our world seems so different right now. There are so many things we thought we could depend on. Our work, our family, our health, even Westview basketball. But when our days seem uncertain, it should remind us to put our trust in a God who is certain, who knows you, who loves you, who sent his son to save you. John 3:16 says, "For God so loved the world that he gave his only son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish, but shall have eternal life." Oh, friend, put your trust in Jesus today.
Back at Busco High School, 30-14. Busco's picking up full court. Looks like a zone trap, a 2-1-2. So we bring Ben in to help break that a little bit. In the corner, over on the side to Drew. Inside to Luke. Puts it up, no good. Mason skies for the rebound, didn't get it. Jackson brings it up left side. Brings it up, stops, pops, rolls, pops, and missed it. And the freshman in there, yeah, good effort that time. We missed a block out, and
yeah, that should have been a layup for him, but kept battling.
So they're going to pick up. One danger is when they pick up full court, you don't want to get running too fast. Do what you do best, and Brady pulls up, shoots it over Landon, no good. Drew with the rebound, shoots it up, and got it.
Brady was in too close. He's been making all those shots outside.
Right. And it's tough shooting over long arms like that.
You see something like that coming out at you. I guess we all heard that. 13, stay off of him. So Mason picks up a foul. That's the 4th on Westview now.
Well, another thing Mason really brings to our team is kind of a fearlessness out there. He's not afraid to mix it up with anybody. And so double teaming Landon on the inbounds, that's a good idea. Jackson thought about the 3. Now he's going to take it and missed it.
Still can't get it.
Ben with the long rebound, up ahead, 3-on-2, back out to Drew. Reverse the ball to Brady, and Brady drives it in, and just short-armed a little bit there. Nice move. That's a good shot. Ben sees the outlet pass coming, just couldn't quite corral it. Well, as Brady continues to hit threes at a clip that he's hitting them this year, teams are going to really overplay him out there, and he's going to, show the other parts of his game. And I think he is. He's taken a couple of really nice shots, just haven't gone in. Paul with it outside, Ben waiting on him to make a move, getting around the screen. Well, he makes a big target, doesn't he?
He does. Just throw it up there somewhere.
Well, Pleat's doing a nice job of handling the ball out there. Nice pass inside that time. Westview bringing it up court now. 32-16. Over to Brady in the corner to Ben. Nice cut that time by Lennon, but the pass got deflected by Landon, and Jackson takes it coast to coast and lays it in. So this press has kind of got us flummoxed a little bit, so we need to adjust and get some good shots out of it. Inside to Linden. Linden inside and travel with the basketball. And that's one huge advantage when you have a Landon Jordan out there.
Yeah.
I mean, normally you break a press, you got to lay up. Yeah. Well, they keep him back there, and so it's hard to get layups right now. But how many fouls does Jordan have?
2.
2. Okay, so if we could somehow pick a third up on him, that'd be
nice.
Advantageous. But you can see Churubusco, the pride that they have from winning last year. They're not giving in. They're coming out fighting and playing hard. So 32-18, 14-point lead. 2 minutes to go in the first half. Landon with the ball now, turns, dish underneath. Nice basket there by Holzenbeck.
That'll make Landon a whole lot more dangerous if he's able to dish it off if he doesn't have the shot.
Yeah, that time Brady with a nice fake outside, throws it underneath. Jackson takes it away from Litweiler and brings it up court. Reach in by Luke, and he got the worst end of it, but I think they're going to call a foul on him. He kind of got hit too, but I don't think if he'd have reacted that they would even have called a foul.
Yeah. So he picks up his first, so we got 5 Warriors with a foul each.
Yeah. Jackson with the ball out top. Throws it into Landon. Luke one-on-one with him. He goes up, got hit on the arm, and no good on the shot, but he'll go to the line for 2.
That'll be a second on Luke in just a matter of seconds.
Number 31, Luke Miller.
Well, the first quarter, I saw Busco walking around a lot, looking at each other like, what's going on? And looks like they weren't really fired up, but they are playing much harder right now. They're all sweating, and good things are happening out there for them.
Well, I wonder if they just thought, they are the team this year, and just going to pick up, and it's going to be easy. But
well, they're a little bit like us. They have, 3 freshmen they're rolling into their lineup.
Yeah.
And so they got different roles and different players, especially when you have such a big gap between freshmen and seniors. So it takes them a little while to get going too. Brady with the ball up top, splits the double team. In the corner to Ben for 3, no good. And Luke had position, but it bounced off his leg and out of bounds. And Busco has the ball and are only down by 10. What was their biggest lead?
They've scored 8 straight. So we were up 32-14. That was 18. We were up 30-12. That was 8. We were up 29-10. I think is the biggest lead.
Okay, and 19, they pretty much since they've went to this press, we have not been able to get into a rhythm. Jackson goes around the screen, pull-up jumper, no good. Jordan with the rebound, puts it up, no good. And Holzenbeck had inside position, but wasn't able to corral it. Drew with the ball up top, loses his dribble, gets it center circle to Ben. Ben backs it back out. And somehow they're going to call a foul on Luke. I didn't see what happened there.
That's his third. All this quarter, so Mason comes in for Luke.
For the Warriors, Mason Yoder.
So we're catching a replay here. Oh, okay, so Luke just running through there, and
I think it was a little bit of a flop that time.
That's what I was going to say. Nice
Jordan with the ball, throws it wing, 3-pointer, no good. That was by White. Drew brings the ball up court now. If you can get stops, they can't set the press up. So we're going to go for one shot here. About 18 seconds left in the first half. Corner to Linden. Nice cut through by Brady. Linden trapped in the corner, steps through, back out to Ben. Stolen away by Jackson. Pleat's got the ball all the way down the floor, and Mason takes a charge, and that was a big play.
That was a beautiful play. Pleat, freshman, couldn't quite squeeze his way around him, but that was a nice play by him, but Mason's got himself set.
One thing they're doing, they're trapping the corners right now, and we're having a hard time adjusting to that. So 4 seconds to go. Mason gets the ball, brings it up, probably one-on-one, and take a shot from about 30. No good. And we are at halftime with the score Westview 32 and Churubusco 22. And we will be back to talk about it and hear about all the important stats. So we'll be back after these messages.
Mouth-watering home-cooked meals, nightly specials, large buffet, breakfast buffet on Saturday, chicken, shrimp, and beef brisket on Saturday night, and Tuesday's lunch chicken buffet. These are what you'll find at Tiffany's Restaurant in Topeka. Top off your meal with a slice of their delicious homemade pie. That's Tiffany's Restaurant on East Lake Street in Topeka. For carry-out orders, call 260-593-2988.
Want to know what I like best about playing basketball for my high school? I like it because it's a place where my friends get to see me play. I like it because I'm playing for someone besides myself. I'm playing for everybody in my school and every person in my community.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
Okay, we are back at halftime of Westview and Churubusco. It is a 10-point lead for Westview. Westview jumped out to a 23-10 lead after one quarter. Busco did some experimenting to find out what kind of defense worked best. They started out in a zone, and we jumped out, I think, to a 17-6 lead. They tried some man-to-man. They tried kind of a full-court man-to-man. They tried full-court zone, and that seems to kind of been what has brought them back. Kind of a full-court press, and then they trap in the corners. And so early on, the short corner on the baseline was where we were getting a lot of our good shots from. But then when we threw it in there in this current defense, they're trapping us, and with Landon, it's hard to get the ball out of there. They're doing a really good job of trapping that, and I just think it shows the heart of Churubusco to come out and fight back and face a big deficit and,
well, yeah,
crawl their way back into it.
Sort of what we had to try to do last year. We had a huge deficit.
That's a good point.
Fought our way back, but ended up short. So we're hoping that'll be reversed completely then.
Yeah,
it would
have been strikingly similar. It wasn't the exact same score, but the margin was very similar. We were up 19 in this game.
I think our largest margin was right after Brady hit. Well, actually, he hit 3 threes. He hit 3 at the end of the first quarter, and then he hit 2 threes to start the second quarter. And at that point, we were up 29-10. So we're up by 19 just into the second period. So just looking at the scoring overall, Landon Jordan did get going there in the second period, had 6 points, so he's got 10 overall to lead the Eagles. Jackson Paul, 6 points. He's chucked up 4 threes and hasn't made any of those. He's made 2 regular buckets and 2 for 2 from the line, so 6 points for him, and then 2 points apiece for Pleat, McClure, and Halzenbeck, so to round out the scoring for the Eagles. Westview being led by Brady Yoder's 14, and 12 of those coming from three-point range. I show him as 4 of 5 from 3, and he's only 1 of 3 inside the arc, so shooting better from outside.
Well, Landon Jordan's not out there on the three-point line.
Yeah, that's true. Well, yeah, the one at least one he missed. He was trying to shoot over the top of Jordan. So Litweiler with 10 points, all inside the arc. 3 points for Lyndon Miller. He had a 3-point play the old-fashioned way. And 5 points for Mason. He had a couple buckets in the first period and then made 1 of 2 from the free throw line. So that rounds out the scoring for Westview. Only 4 players in the scoring column. But Westview with, like we said, the 23-10 lead at the first quarter, but got outscored 9-12 in the second quarter to have that lead dwindle down to 10. And that was, like we said, we were up 19 early in the second quarter, so really we've lost. They got outscored by 9 through the rest of the second quarter.
Right, yeah, we were up 6-1. Started out the quarter 6-1, and then they just kind of put it to us the rest of that quarter. So
one of the other interesting statistics I find interesting anyway, when they've got that big guy out there, is I show us out rebounding them 12-8. I show they didn't have any offensive boards in the first quarter. They did get a couple in the second. We have 4 offensive boards right now. And so overall shooting from 3-point range, we're 4 of 7. They're 0 for 6. So there's a big story there. We've both hit 9 shots inside the arc. We're 9 of 13. They're 9 of 16. So they're overall from the field, they're only 9 of 22, and we're 13 of 20. So 4 more makes with 2 less tries.
Yeah, we're shooting a really good percentage. As is with any game, turning the ball over really hurts you. And with Jackson Paul in the open court and getting turnovers, that really got them going. And they, to their credit, their coaching staff went to that full court look, and it really kind of turned it into more of a helter-skelter type game because we were locked in and really executing in the half court. So we're going to have to come out in this half, and we're going to have to protect the ball better and make them pay for guarding us full court, and hopefully we can do that. If you're a Westview fan, if you're a Churubusco fan, you hope that what you're doing keeps working.
Yeah. I just got a text from Jerry. Looks like he's enjoying his, what would you call that, his birthday eve? Because I think Jerry's got a birthday tomorrow. He's sitting there watching the ball game from home, listening to us. So.
Well, it looks like a nice Christmas tree, too, there in his picture.
So one of the things with us picking up a number of the girls' games and actually broadcasting the JV games, we realize that we're trying to spread ourselves awfully thin there. So I told Jerry to take the night off tonight, and we'll try to rotate some of those other guys, not have to go to all the games. So
yeah, that's a good idea. We need to protect his golden voice.
Yeah.
Don't want to think that wear out or before the end of the season. But interesting clash of styles in this game. I was looking at some of the history. Busco won the 2 games last year. They beat us 56-50 early in the season, which was a little bit of a surprise.
Right,
and
we were not expecting to get beat by them.
Yeah, and then because Landon Jordan wasn't eligible to play for them until after Christmas, so then they came at sectional, and we all know what happened there.
Right.
I don't know if I've ever seen a game start like that at Westview, especially in the sectional.
It was just unbelievable. It's like, well, when are we going to score? When are we going to score?
When are we going to remember this game started, guys?
Yeah.
But turnovers were a big key in that and getting that started. And I think we panicked a little bit and came out ready to play tonight, did a nice job. But before last year, what I meant to finish my rambling thought is we won 9 out of the last 10 before last year, and most of them were blowouts. They did have a 12-point win in there a few years back, but it's been a long time since Busco had been competitive with us, and that last year was definitely it. So,
well, it'll be interesting to see what happens here, next year. I mean, they've got 3 seniors that are tremendous players, and then you drop to freshmen that are doing the bulk of the playing, and they're pretty good freshmen, but boy, what we saw from the JV, there's not much else to go with it right now. Although they said 2 guys from the varsity are out, and 4 or 5 from the JV are out. So I guess we're not seeing the whole team,
Right. Yeah, I don't know who all's out and everything, but
could be that those 7 guys that are out are all the second tier. They're all the guys that are ready to step in next year.
Well, even if you just have a guy or 2 out that are key contributors, I mean, that really affects your depth, and especially if you trickle it down to the JV because you're pulling players up that maybe wouldn't be there otherwise. So it's an interesting year, to say the least, and you never quite know who you're going to have for sure as Westview trots back out onto the floor. So we'll get ready to lace them up here, and well, I guess they're already laced up, but get ready to tip it off here in about another minute and a half.
Yeah, maybe we'll take a short break here, and then we'll be back for second half action.
Remodeling in the near future? Dale Fry at Dale's Dependable Handyman Service is the right man for the job. Get a new look for your bathroom, kitchen, garage, attic, or anywhere else in your house. Dale is fully trained, licensed, and insured. No subcontractors, just Dale and his son, Owen, will do the job. Call 260-463-3970 or visit dalesdependablehandyman.com.
Weaver Furniture Sales in Shipshewana invites you to visit their expanded showroom filled with a complete line of solid hardwood, custom-made furniture for your entire home. You'll also find a wide selection of recliners, couches, chairs, and many more home furnishings to suit anyone's taste. Weaver Furniture, located just south of US Highway 20 on County Road 75 North. Weaver Furniture Sales in Shipshewana, family-owned and operated since 1989.
Getting ready to start the second half here in Churubusco, Indiana. One stat we did not mention is turnovers. Westview had 8 in that first half. Churubusco ended up with 7, but as Dan mentioned, 2 of those were offensive fouls. So as far as open court turnovers, which really hurt you because they lead to easy baskets on the other end, we have, I think all of those are, we didn't have any charges. So ours were all either threw it out of bounds or threw it to them.
Well, there was one, not a charge, but Lyndon got called, or Luke got called for an offensive foul.
Okay. All right, Busco inbounds the ball, swings it around, and got Landon up top. And Holzenbeck down low posting on Drew. Didn't throw it in there to him, back out to Paul. Looks like
they're going to try setting up something different.
Yeah, a little set play here. And, oh. Ben snuck from behind, stole it, but had his foot on the line.
But I almost think he stepped out of bounds and then stepped in and stole it.
That could be,
which
too.
Which is the same difference. It's still going to be called out.
So Paul underneath with it as Busco does a little crossing action underneath. Holzenbeck in the corner. 3, got it. And Busco back in their 2-on-2 press. Mason is kind of leading the charge on this time. Luke with the ball, brings it up against McClure. Trapped in the corner, that's where you do not want to be. Gets out of there though, the cross court to Mason. Brady turns down the 3. Gets it over to Ben. And they are contesting every pass, so we need to do some screening and get open and break this thing wide open. Luke backs it out, over to Brady. Brady drives it middle, wing, short corner to Drew, and he traveled before he made that move. That's what you want to do right there, well, except for the travel.
Yeah. But again, seeing that big guy come out probably made him stutter step, I guess.
So Jackson brings it up now. So we are only up 7, so they've come back from 19 down to 7 down. So Luke with the backdoor cut, got it. Luke McClure for Churubusco. Inbound to Ben. Brady breaks the press, brings it up, hits it in the corner to Mason. Mason with the fake, drives it. Landon discourages that drive. In the corner to Drew for 2. In and out. Luke with the rebound. Blocked by Jordan. And Busco brings it back up. Jackson dribbles, probing for something open. Inside to Landon and off his fingers and out of bounds. One thing to keep an eye on here is Luke McClure's got 3 fouls. Kind of a real key senior member out there, so if he'd pick one up, that could really hurt them. Ben brings it up, throws it middle to Mason. We've got to get out of that corner there. Drew reverses it to Brady, over to Luke, back out to Ben.
They're really coming out high. We could take advantage of that, but when you got Landon down there, it's hard to
throw
take
around
advantage.
him. Yeah, your normal passing angles aren't there. Inside to Drew. Drew spins around under the basket, and what are they going to call?
They're going to
call
a foul this time.
Yeah, blocking foul.
Afraid they were going to call another travel.
Yeah, it kind of looked like maybe his foot moved a little, but I couldn't see very well. Holzenbeck with the foul.
His second
yeah, his
for the
second
game, but first for the half for the Eagles.
So Ben inbounding now with a large person in front of him. Dangerous pass out to Luke. Luke got it, got a tip back to Drew. Drew drives center, corner to Mason for 3, no good. And Jordan skies for the rebound. It got tipped away, but
Luke poked it loose, but nobody was there to grab it out of there.
Yeah, Luke and Lennon just they get their hands tipping more basketballs than most. So we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Westview hadn't scored yet. McClure drives. Jackson fakes a three, drives on Mason all the way to the basket. Over Drew, no good. Holstenbeck with the rebound and powers it back up. You know, with Holstenbeck in there at 6'5", landing at whatever he is, 6'8" or 6'9", that is a...
I'm not even sure what are they listing at, 6'9".
That is that's a lot of height in there. So
that was Luke's 4th foul. Not great news.
Well, the other thing...
Oh, he's shooting too. He can't leave until after the first shot.
Yeah, we're getting ready to bring in Caleb to try to give us a little length in there. You know, one thing, Busco's starting out, first game of the year, 3 of their freshmen, never played varsity before, and it just looks like, at least Holstenbeck is come out more aggressive this half and looking for a shot, getting rebounds, and he just looks like a real cool customer out there.
So since we were up 29-10, we've scored 3 and they've scored 18.
Holstenbeck second, no good. Brady gets the rebound. I really just think we need to relax. Get a couple of baskets, get this thing back in our favor, and I think we should be okay. This kind of effort that Busco is doing full court, it really takes a lot out of you. And if you can weather the storm and break it, it should end up well, but we got to make some. Drew fakes short shot. Brady drives and Pleat fouls him.
So that'll be Pleat's second on the Eagles for the half.
Drew Pleat, his team second.
Drew's going to inbound it in front of our bench. Throws it into Ben, and Busco's in a, looks like a zone. Yeah, they're sitting back in a 2-3. So Caleb cuts middle. Nice pass down low to Drew for a layup and in.
Almost like we were waiting for them to set up in that zone.
Yeah.
It looked like we had a set play ready.
Well, that's the thing. We execute our half court really good, but we get into that scramble type offense. We have not been executing that real well. Jackson crosses over. Mason tips it away. Drives into him again. Throws it up. No good. And I don't know what they're going to call there.
I'm not sure. I'm going to call it
They called Drew. Call a foul on Drew.
Number 25.
Didn't see it.
That'll be his
First, team second.
Well, Mason's really making Jackson take tough shots. Foul there on Caleb defending that inbounds play.
Fouls on number 35.
That'll be his first.
Caleb Corey, that'll be his
3 on Westview.
team's third.
Oh, yeah, it's Caleb's second.
Caleb gets back screen, gets through it. Out to Pleat, over to McClure. McClure looking inside for Landon. Nice defense by 2 players there. Mason, coast to coast, glides in and puts it up and in.
Well, Mason started that play, so it's appropriate. He got the bucket.
And Ben with a steal on a full court pass. All the way to the basket, up and in. Rolled around a little bit and hesitated and went in. So, well, that's 6 quick points there.
He did say we needed to relax a little bit and start playing.
I don't think they heard me, but a basket, you know, these guys just know how to play. And you get a basket, you get tense when you're giving up, 18 straight points or whatever. So, looks like they're going to call a double foul down there on Caleb and Landon. And
well, we'll take that, I think.
Landon, that's his third.
Oh, it's Caleb's third, though, too.
It is.
White checks back in, comes in for Holstenbeck.
Well, someone with a little more size helps us defensively. I think if he can handle him a little more one-on-one, it helps us. We don't have to help quite as much, and it makes his shots just a little tougher. So we'll see how this battle goes. Usually on a double foul, I think it's supposed to be alternating possession, unless they've changed some rule, and they got the ball to start the half, so it should be our ball.
Well, the possession's pointing to the left, though.
It is.
It's pointing towards them. I think they're saying he's asking. Yeah, he forgot to switch it at the end of the quarter. So
yeah,
it's
I didn't
Westview
remember.
ball.
I didn't remember a jump ball. So.
Oh. Well, I'm not sure what they're doing.
Yeah, I'm confused. Jackson takes it hard into the lane. Over to great defense by Caleb that time, and Ben snuck in for another steal. Good little ball handling there by Ben. Brady drives it, trapped in the corner, and looks like we're going to come away with it. But that is just, they're trapping us on the baseline, and they're trapping us in that corner you just don't want to get into. So
anywhere there's a sideline, they're trapping us.
And they're smart. They're inviting that pass, and then they're attacking it. So we got to get it in the middle right there, swing it opposite. Yep, and then we traveled.
Ben was trying to decide if he's going to shoot it or drive.
He was so open, he didn't know what to do. He could have drove a truck through that lane, but.
So right now we've evened things up for the quarter. We're back to that 10-point lead.
Yeah, Busco's coaches are a little, let's just say they've been pointing out the physical play down low. So we'll see what happens here. Yeah, they got Caleb that time.
And that's going to be his fourth.
Yeah, what Bentley is instructing about there is he reached around that time. Just play behind him, let him get him, and we'll let one of our guards go down and get that ball. Landon, Brady had a nice steal there, I thought, but I think possibly the coach drawing that attention has got them a couple calls down here on this end. So McClure with it out top, fake, looks at the three, doesn't take it, over to Jackson. Mason eyeing him. Landon and long three, got it.
It's his first points.
Aiden White, probably his first points of his varsity career right there.
Right.
Mason has the now as we battle their pressure again. Drew with the ball out top. McClure chasing him over to Ben in the corner to Brady for three. No good. He wasn't set quite as good as he was on some other plays, so long pass ahead will be a turnover for Churubusco, and we'll get it back. So 2:11 left in the third quarter, 7-point lead for Westview. Mason with the ball into Ben. Ben hits middle to Drew, opposite wing to Brady. Caleb, that's a good shot for Caleb if he wants it. Down low to Ben. Ben's in no man's land, and we call a timeout there. We did get out of it, but I think the coach sensed what was happening. And we'll take a break now, and we'll be back here in, looks like a 30-second timeout.
Fruit May Funeral Home in LaGrange serves the surrounding area with dignified and personal funeral services. Fruit May provides pre-planning, traditional funeral services, traditional cremations and simple cremations, as well as monument sales. Call to discuss your needs with a knowledgeable funeral director, Lowell or Brian May, licensed funeral directors who will help you honor the cherished memory of your departed loved one. Call 260-463-3131 or visit their website at fruitmayfuneralhome.com. And we're back here in Turtletown. Westview still hanging on to that 7-point lead. 2 minutes to go here in the third period.
Yeah, the freshman class for Busco is very impressive to me. They're scrappy and they're skilled too. Hit a couple of threes and playing good defense out there. So they're giving Busco some depth. So Drew with the ball out top now, kind of a 2-1-2 scrambling defense here by Churubusco. Looking inside, but Brady's getting covered up in there.
Looks like we're going to be okay with just holding it up top and making them come to us.
Well, the thing that we're struggling with is you get openings and then you can't because Landon's down there to block your shot. And that time we just got the fourth foul on Jordan. Great drive by Mason that time.
It's all right. We'll take that.
Number 23 for the Eagles.
And looks like Rosenbeck's going to come right back.
Team scored.
Well, he's
13, Mason Mueller at the line.
Yeah, I think you're going to have to wait till he takes that first shot, first free throw.
Yeah, so we'll mark this time. 1:27 left in the third quarter. Landon Jordan going. We have a 7-point lead. Westview with a 7-point lead. Rosenbeck comes in. Nice looking freshman. And Lyndon Miller getting ready to check in too. I'm guessing he's going to come in for Caleb since Caleb doesn't have to guard Landon anymore.
Oh,
and I would be wrong. Ben's coming out. So Caleb is going to guard Holzenbeck now. 2 6'5" players out there. Jackson brings the ball up court. Nice move, shoots it, and looks like Mason must have hit him on the arm or something. It looked awkward, but he stayed in front of him, made him take a tough shot.
That's what I was going to say. Mason did a heck of a job staying right there on it.
Yeah, when you can stay with a player that has that quick a lateral movement, you're doing a good job. So hits the first free throw, down to 8, 40-32.
So Braden Nash coming in. Mason coming out.
Brady with the rebound, missed the second free throw. So we will attack. I'm guessing they're going to pull their press off without Landon Jordan in there because they don't have as much of a rim protector, but they're still extending it a little bit. Into Caleb. Caleb at the top of the key, looking around for somebody to throw it to. Into Caleb. Oh! Nice give and go that time, just missed the layup. And Brady's going to get called for a block there. He wasn't quite set when Jackson went flying in there.
Number 33, Brady.
That'll be his second.
Yeah, it was a great give and go that time between Caleb and Linden on the other end. We just couldn't get it to fall.
Number 4 for the Eagles, Jackson Hall, shooting 1+.
Jackson's first free throw is good, and that cuts it to 7. So it's kind of been flip-flopping between 7 and 10 most of this quarter.
Yeah, we were hoping to maybe extend that a little bit with Jordan on the bench, but.
Yep, absolutely. And the second one short. Braden Edge with the rebound, out to Drew. Drew with it up top. Looks like we might be content to go for one, but with this kind of a defense, I think you work and you get the shot, get a good shot, and you take it. Braden thought about it in the corner, back out to Linden. Over to Brady. Swings it over to Drew. Drew traveled with the basketball. So now Busco probably will take the last shot.
I'm guessing they'd be happy to kill some time.
Yeah, if they could kill time and hit a last shot, they don't have Mason guarding the ball this time, so Jackson may like that opportunity. Drives all the way to the basket and lays it in. So we got 5 seconds, 4, throw ahead to Drew, and we threw it out of bounds. So 1.5 seconds, we got a 5-point lead, and Busco's going to get the last shot. So we've been outscored this quarter, what, 13-8. And we scored, what, 6 of those points in about 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Jackson with a long 3, no good. And I don't think it wouldn't have counted anyhow. So after 3 quarters, it is Westview 40 and Churubusco 35. We will be back for the final exciting 8 minutes after this timeout.
Happy graduation. I wish you nothing but the best. Take what you've learned the last 12 years and through this pandemic and go change the world.
It occurred to me that we've been sent home for every single occasion now. Ceiling caving in, power outage, fog days, flooding, snow days, and now we got a virus.
Let's go junior senior high school, class of 2020. You have officially graduated. You may now turn your tassels. Congratulations.
Well, got your seatbelt on for this quarter?
Could be a fun one. Yeah, so we were, as you'd mentioned, though, we were hoping to pull away a little bit with Jordan on the bench, and instead they cut into our lead.
Yeah, it was, what, a 7-point lead, and now it's, 5.
Yeah, so.
Well, turnovers will get you, and we had, what, 3 in a row there to end that quarter.
Right.
And it's experienced players, but like we've talked a few times, they're handling the ball more than they're used to, and the more you handle the ball, the more the chance of a turnover you have. So you just got to settle down, get a couple of baskets, and use our experience to try to put this one away.
They're leaving Jordan on the bench to start.
Linden up top. Yeah, I suppose as long as we don't pull away, they're going to leave him there. Drew with the ball. And in the corner to Luke. Luke back out to Drew. Seems like our cuts are not timed very well with the side of the floor the ball is on, so we're not hitting the cutter very well. Perfect example right there. Luke with the ball, drives it, throws a baseline to Drew, pass inside to Linden, up and in, and there's a perfect example. If Landon's in there, we probably don't hit that layup.
Yeah.
So back up to 7-point lead with 7 minutes to go. So we had the ball that time for about a minute. Jackson for a long three, in and out, and great blockouts that time. Except we let, and Busco called timeout. That was Pleat with the rebound. He outfought 3 of us for it. Got on the floor, and Busco called timeout. Bentley is arguing that nobody had control there when they gave that timeout, but regardless, they gave it to him. I think it's a full timeout because I didn't think they had any 30s left, but maybe they do.
They're just standing up front there, so.
I guess they're using 30, even if they have a minute. So, yeah, that was disappointing there. I thought the blockouts looked really good. They just didn't grab it. We kind of fought each other for it.
Well, I think, that's right. We had everybody blocked out, and then so we thought we had it, and then he just dove in there. Showed a lot of tenacity to go after that thing.
Yeah, he's got a lot of grit out there. So Busco right now has got 3 freshmen on the floor and 2 seniors. Inbound to Jackson. Jackson in the post, steps back, shoots, and no good. And good rebound that time by Drew. That was a nice move that time by Jackson Paul. It just didn't fall. So 7-point lead, 6:40 to go. Drew drives on the lane, and they're going to call a touch foul on Holzenbeck.
It's only the 5th team foul, so.
I think that's his 3rd. Yeah, it's his 3rd. That's a tough matchup, I think, for him to guard Drew out on the perimeter.
6'5" guy, freshman.
Brady inbounds it to Luke. Back out to Linden. Over to Mason. Corner to Brady. Fakes the 3. Into Drew. Drew spins. Goes up. Ball gets hit. Shoots it anyhow. Misses. Grabbed by Holzenbeck and up to Pleat. Pleat in the corner to White. White puts his head down, drives in, gets the foul called. I think they're going to call Drew on that. Yeah. Drew Litweiler, that is his. It's only his 2nd.
Still be a 1-and-1, but after this, there'll be 2 shot fouls if we have any.
Yeah, we fouled quite a bit this half, and that was one of our goals not to do it. Did a pretty good job in the first half. First free throw's up, no good. And that was a big miss.
I think everybody wasn't quite sure if that was just one shot.
Yeah, everybody's kind of looking at each other. Over to Linden. Mason from the baseline. Got it. Well, we've seen Mason's pull-up game quite a bit this year, and he hasn't done much of it today, but that was a nice spot for it. He's been very patient and done a great job guarding Paul tonight.
The lead went over to 9, and immediately Jordan's off the bench.
Yep, Pleat McClure drives and charges, and that might, I think is his 4th.
Yeah, he managed, he had 3 early on, and then he's managed to play this whole time without picking up another one.
Did you see who drew that charge?
Actually did not.
Okay. I didn't either. Yeah, McClure has been, looks like Busco just called their last timeout. So full timeout.
That's amazing.
Full timeout. So we'll be back here to bring you the last 5+ minutes of the game after these messages.
Remodeling in the near future? Dale Fry at Dale's Dependable Handyman Service is the right man for the job. Get a new look for your bathroom, kitchen, garage, attic, or anywhere else in your house. Dale is fully trained, licensed, and insured. No subcontractors, just Dale and his son, Owen, will do the job. Call 260-463-3970 or visit dalesdependablehandyman.com.
Mold Mob in Shipshewana provides an environmentally conscious approach to mold, moisture, and odor removal. Mold Mob gets to the source of the problem in a way that is effective, affordable, and protects the planet. Mold Bob's indoor air quality services don't just cover up odors, mold, smoke, or other toxins. They remediate with treatments that denature bacteria, fungi, and other toxic substances for cleaner air. That's Mold Bob, just west of 5 and 20 in Shipshewana, or call 260-214-1250.
All right, Ben inbounds the ball to Drew, and here we go. 5:45 to go. Westview up by 9. Landon is challenging the ball out front, and that's going to make it difficult to pass over, but if we can get it over it, we should have openings under the basket.
Substitution, we got Linden coming back in, coming in for Luke.
One thing to watch the last 5 minutes is that Landon Jordan and Luke McClure both have 4 fouls. Into Brady. Brady double teamed. Gets it over to Ben. Ben in the middle to Linden. Linden backs it out of there. Churubusco really covers a lot of territory with their defense. Our openings are pretty small and pretty quick. Mason with a strong move to the basket. Rims in and out. Nice job that time of avoiding the charge. And Fleet down the court, drives into Brady and draws the foul. So this is going to be 2 shots and 2 from now on.
Well, I think that would have been a 2-shot foul anyway.
It would have.
It was on the drive.
Yep.
At the line for the Eagles, number 10, Drew Fleet.
First shot up and no good. They've struggled a little bit from the line tonight, I think.
They are. I show them 7 of 12 right now.
Second shot up and good. So 8-point lead, 44-36. Brady brings the ball up the court. Over to Drew. Drew directing traffic and pulls it up, throws middle to Ben. Ben turns and look. Brady open for a second from 3. But they learned his name pretty quick tonight, so he's not getting many openings. Inside to Mason. Mason turns and shoots and just bounces off. A little hesitant that time to shoot it, and I think it cost him. In the corner, McClure. McClure for 3. No good. Landon with the rebound. Bounces off of him. Drew has it. In the corner, calls timeout. And I think we're going to get a full timeout. I still haven't seen the official designation for it. Yeah, full timeout for Westview.
We'll be back in 60 seconds. Remodeling in the near future? Dale Fry at Dale's Dependable Handyman Service is the right man for the job. Get a new look for your bathroom, kitchen, garage, attic, or anywhere else in your house. Dale is fully trained, licensed, and insured. No subcontractors, just Dale and his son, Owen, will do the job. Call 260-463-3970 or visit dalesdependablehandyman.com.
Drew Litweiler getting ready to inbound the ball at one of the toughest spots on the court to inbound it from. Busco picking up full court. And inbounds it to Lyndon Miller. Back to Drew. Busco with a little bit different press this time. Risky cross-court pass. Brady grabs it, dribbles through traffic, and we had to call another timeout. So full timeout. And coach is not real happy right now because I think he just gave some instructions and it doesn't look like they're getting followed. So he's going to re-emphasize a few things in the huddle here. I think he's starting to get a little frustrated at our ball handling. You know, it's just a matter of handling the ball and making plays, and we're not doing that right now and giving them a shot. Their pressure is just.
Well, the thing of it is, you'd think these guys got to be getting worn out. You've only got 7 players, and they're still hustling.
Yeah, they really
give
are.
them an awful lot of credit for that.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
They're
If they've
showing Busco with still 1 timeout. That's what coach's
Okay.
dad, who's one of his assistants, came over to check, and the official scorekeeper said they've still got one.
I thought they were out a long time ago, but it's not what I think. It's what's on the scoreboard.
Yep. Reminder, if you're watching the game, if you would please go to LaGwanamedia.com, and right on our homepage there's a donate button. Any monies that's donated tonight we're going to give to the Churubusco Athletic Department to help make up for lost gate revenue. Just click on the donate button and follow the steps.
Well, here's some of the things we talked about in preseason about who's going to be that guy that steps up, takes charge, scores a basket when we need it. And we'll see here. Drew would be the logical choice. Drew inbound side to Linden, gets knocked out of his hands by Paul. This is also the point of the game where it seems like sometimes contact doesn't get called quite as much. They've seen so much of it that sometimes they start letting things slide. So it's going to be just a battle of toughness to the end here. Linden with the ball, guarded by McClure. Dribbles into the corner you don't want to go to. Gets away with it, gives it to Drew, stolen away. Linden jumps on it, over to Ben. Ben races everybody to the basket, and
and he fouled out. Oh my word, was that a huge play?
I think everybody was expecting that layup to be spiked to the ground on that one. But
instead he fouled out. Holy cow, what a huge play by Burkett.
Yeah, that was Ben's one of those guys that just kind of sneaks around and hangs around and all of a sudden makes a big play. So that was a big play. Both teams were hustling. Everybody on the floor.
The replay, here he goes. Two guys going up to block him.
I'm not sure it was Landon on the foul. I think they might have got the wrong guy.
Might have.
It was McClure, looks like, might have got him. McClure brings it up. 11-point lead now for the Warriors. McClure up top. Over to White for three. No good. And they're going to call a foul on Holzenbach.
He was in between two Warriors.
It kind of looked like we pushed him in the back, but he must have pushed the guy him in the back, in front of him in the back. So that was a tough call. But
that's his fourth.
I think the referees are deciding we need to take charge of this thing, or it could get a little ragged. So 4:01 to go, 11-point lead. Linden at the line for a 1-and-1. And misses. Jackson Paul with the rebound, brings it up court, and we cut off the outlet pass. Mason in front of him. Paul for three. Got it.
That's his first three of the night.
Yeah, he was due to hit one. So down to 8. I think we're going to see him a lot more aggressive now that Landon Jordan's not in the court, and they're going to call him. What are they going to call?
They're going to call it on.
He's out. So before long, we're going to be playing Churubusco's freshman team because 2 seniors just fouled out.
Yeah, they're down to 5.
They got 5 players left.
Holzenbach's got 4 fouls.
So they've
that aggressive play.
Do they have any JV guys they can suit up yet for one quarter?
They could in one quarter, I guess.
Yeah. Linden with a 1-and-1 and hits the first one. That was kind of a tough call either way, too. It could have almost been called a push-off, but Linden with the second one, up and good. And Westview jumps back to a 10-point lead, which is what it was at halftime. 3:41 to go. Paul brings it up the court. And I'm thinking he's going to take most of the scoring load now, and shoots another 3, misses it. Littweiler with the ball, throws it up ahead to Mason, up, and he got it.
13, Mason Yoder.
White brings the ball up court. I think Bentley is looking for a couple stops here and try to put this game away. Drew fights through the screen. Underneath, Ben tips it away. Brady's got it. Brings it up. He's got 4 guys on him. If he can just past him, somebody's open. Up to Drew. Dish underneath. Mason with the layup, and we have turned the momentum around here with the big guy fouling out. It really makes a difference. Paul with the ball, drives baseline, double teamed inside to Holzenbach, loses the ball. Brady brings it up the court, drives it in, takes it all the way, lays it up and in.
All of a sudden, we're just turning into layups.
Yeah, and all of a sudden it's a 16-point lead. It was about 6 or 7 just a few minutes ago.
But yeah, having McClure and Jordan both foul out is a huge loss.
Well, it makes the biggest difference, I think, is defensively.
Right.
Is they just don't have the strength and the experience, well, certainly the size without Jordan in there. But when you lose even McClure, a gritty senior that's been around, that's tough. So 55-39, we're in a full timeout. Got about 40 seconds left in this timeout. So
yeah, it's they're down to 5 guys, and 3 of them are freshmen.
And you said one of them has 4 fouls?
Oh, yeah, one of the freshmen. Olsenbeck's got 4 fouls.
Well,
the rest of Jackson Paul doesn't have any fouls. White doesn't have any, and Ostrowski has 1.
Okay.
And he hasn't played a whole lot, but he's obviously in there now because there's no one else left.
No one else left, yeah. Well, I think our coach talked in the pregame about really what you want to be is playing your best at the end of the year. And certainly that's true for us. That's true for Churubusco. And they're in our sectional. We're going to probably see them again.
Well,
and they have
the NECC tournament.
Could be NECC. They show a lot of promise. They really do. I was wondering past their main 3 who they had, and unless you scout their junior high teams, you're not going to know.
You wouldn't have known.
So that's a good group. They're going to be tough to beat. Paul all the way to the basket, misses it, gets his own rebound, puts it back up. Coach isn't real impressed with that defense. Mason with the nice crossover, gets around in quarter to Brady. Brady fights through, double team, gets through it, back out to Drew, fakes the 3, over to Ben, fakes another 3, over to Drew.
Oh, he just got slapped. Oh.
Yeah, now he grabbed Drew and just kind of pulled him along, but he's just out there fighting hard. Nothing malicious about it. So Drew will go to the line now for 2 shots because we're in the double bonus.
So that's, as we talked about, Jackson didn't have any fouls called on him yet, so that's his first.
Drew's first shot is up and good.
13 for Drew now.
So 15-point lead with 2:13 to go. So here's where take care of the ball, hit your free throws, get on the bus.
Yeah.
Eat your sandwich and go home. Jackson Paul bringing the ball up the floor, and Mason guarding him. Steps back, shoots a 3, and got it. He's just so sudden and so quick. You just can't stop everything. So we'll give him that over a layup and a foul. And Drew is going to get called for. Looks like they called for a travel before a push-off. It was going to be one or the other. So we've got to move the ball better, and we cannot turn it over under pressure. That's one thing that we're going to have to get better on as this year goes on. Jackson with the ball. Looking probably for a 3 here.
I say at this point, Jackson's figuring he's got nothing to lose. He might as well shoot.
Right, and misses that one in the corner, and they're going to call Drew for a push-off.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah,
that's a bit of a ticky-tack foul compared to a lot of what's going on.
He did push him, but yeah, it's been kind of a rough and tumble game the whole way.
At the line for the Eagles, number 12, Aiden White.
White missed the front end of a 1-and-1 earlier this quarter.
And he winds up and shoots that one in.
He's got a bit of an odd shot, you'd pointed out.
He does. It's a little bit of a slow release.
Well, and he pulls his left arm way in.
Yeah, Mason with the ball, throws it up to Brady, lob up to Ben, and they're going to call Mason for a charge.
Number 13, Mason Yoder.
I didn't even see it. I was following the ball.
I didn't either.
Well, Jackson's still making plays out there, sacrificing his body, even down big and late in the game. Holston back into Jackson. Jackson with the ball, goes left. Usually when he goes left, he shoots it. Now he crosses back over, and Drew's going to foul him, and Drew's racked up some fouls lately. What's he up to now? 4? Well, you can see the different aspects of Busco's game that's hard to defend. Yeah. Staying in front of Paul's hard, and guarding Landon Jordan is hard. And so when they got McClure cruising, he didn't have a very good game tonight, but when they got him cruising yet, that's going to be a formidable trio.
Olsenbeck hits the first one. Got a nice shot. It's going to be, yeah, he's going to be quite the player too.
Bounces on the rim several times. Luke with the rebound. Outlet to Drew. Get it up the court. Up to Luke. Wide open. Brady who lays it in. That's the first we've heard Brady's name called in a while, isn't it? Unless I missed one.
He hit a layup a little bit ago,
oh, okay. Well, that's a little while.
Yeah, it was a little while.
All right.
Fleet scores.
So now it's just kind of trading baskets. Brady brings it up the court. Kick ahead to Drew Litwiler. Lays it up and in. And a 13-point lead, under a minute to go. Fleet with the, thought about a three. Jackson with the ball. He'll take the three, fake the three. Now he'll take it. His foot might have been on the line, actually, but Drew got the ball. Good hustle that time by Drew. Throws it into Luke, and we could probably just, well, nope, they're not going to let us do it easy. Over to Ben.
They're going to keep fighting.
They're going to keep fighting. Ben to Luke, under to Drew. Drew turns, fakes, up, got it. And we are up to a 15-point lead. 63-48, 20 seconds to go. And the Westview Warriors are going to come out of Churubusco, Indiana with a victory tonight. And pass down low. Luke just rips it out of his hands and says,
I'll take that.
Freshman, you're really good, but I'm a senior. I'm going to take it this time. So, Westview, final score, 63-48. And to see, we came out, and at the end of the one quarter, we led 23-10, and that's about where we ended up. So sometimes coming out and starting out good is all you need to provide a working margin, because there's going to be ups and downs. So great victory tonight for Westview as we get a big road win over one of the top teams in the NECC. And we will be back to talk about this game a little bit and give you some final stats after these messages.
Mouth-watering home-cooked meals, nightly specials, large buffet, breakfast buffet on Saturday, chicken, shrimp, and beef brisket on Saturday night, and Tuesday's lunch chicken buffet. These are what you'll find at Tiffany's Restaurant in Topeka. Top off your meal with a slice of their delicious homemade pie. That's Tiffany's Restaurant on East Lake Street in Topeka. For carry-out orders, call 260-593-2988.
If you're looking to replace or repair your home appliances, Topeka Do It Best Hardware is your local stop for Amana, Maytag, and Whirlpool appliances. Featuring in-home and in-store service and parts on most makes of home appliances. See JJ for all your appliance needs at Topeka Do It Best Hardware, an authorized Whirlpool and Maytag service center for over 40 years, located at the Blinker Light in downtown Topeka. Call them at 260-593-2973.
Want to know what I like best about playing basketball for my high school? I like it because it's a place where my friends get to see me play. I like it because I'm playing for someone besides myself. I'm playing for everybody in my school and every person in my community.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
Weaver Furniture Sales in Shipshewana invites you to visit their expanded showroom filled with a complete line of solid hardwood, custom-made furniture for your entire home. You'll also find a wide selection of recliners, couches, chairs, and many more home furnishings to suit anyone's taste. Weaver Furniture, located just south of US Highway 20 on County Road 75 North. Weaver Furniture Sales in Shipshewana, family-owned and operated since 1989.
We're back here at Churubusco High School, and the whole gym's cleared out. All 20 people left already. Okay, not quite. So I guess what they had said is the senior players are allowed to have their parents come to the game. That's all they're allowing. So.
I think
Taking a look at scoring for tonight. First for the home team tonight, Jackson Paul, their senior starting guard. He's been for a number of years, of course, coach's son. 18 points for him. 8 of those came in the final quarter. I think he finally started hitting some threes. He hit 2 threes there. He had everything he'd put up from three-point range. 5 shots prior to that had all not gone in. So he had 18 points to lead the way for them. A big guy, Landon Jordan, finished the night with 10 before fouling out about halfway through the fourth quarter. 7 points for freshman Gavin Holzenbeck. He also had 4 fouls on him right there at the end, but looked pretty nice for a freshman. They say they listed at 6'5" and
right.
not skinny. I mean, he's
well built, and he's got a good temperament out there. Nothing seems to overwhelm him, and he's going to be a good player.
Yeah. Another freshman, Drew Pleat, 5 points for him tonight. 4 points for Luke McClure, one of the seniors. He did foul out as well with about 2.5 minutes to go. And then 4 points for another freshman, White, round out the scoring for the Eagles. For Westview led tonight, I have Drew Litweiler and Brady Yoder with 18 points apiece. Brady had 14 at halftime, and that included 4 3-pointers in the first half. So very good night for Brady, 18 points, and like I said with Litweiler as well. And actually with Litweiler, I'm showing him only missing 2 shots. So he had all but 2 of his points from the field. So that would be 16 points. So he's 8 of 10 from the field. I guess we'll take that most nights. Lyndon Miller finished the night with 7. Mason Yoder he started sort of slow. He only had 5 at halftime and 9 at the end of the third quarter, but he added 6 in the fourth, 15 points for him, and then 5 points for Ben Burkett. And I think that was the only ones scoring. So.
What was Luke and Lyndon?
Luke actually didn't score.
Okay.
He was out there guarding a big guy. I think that was his job tonight.
Yeah, he did it well.
He did it well.
Well, the goal tonight obviously was stop the big three, and I think offensively the big 2 probably more than anything. And I think Mason contained Paul really well. Made him work for it, make him shoot outside. He can hit those, but he's more effective getting in the lane and breaking the defense down and getting fouls called. And I think he had a few free throws, but it didn't go crazy.
Yeah.
So he did a great job on him, and I think Luke did a good job on Landon Jordan. Made him work for it. Landon obviously very talented, and you're not going to stop him, but he at least made it tough, and that's the goal.
It is, yeah. And I do show us with a slight rebounding advantage for the night. According to my stats, I've got a 21-18 rebounding advantage, and that's, when they got that big guy out there. Of course, he did 2, 4, 6, 8. Well, he only had 8 rebounds, so I have Litweiler with 7. So,
right.
I think that was one area that we outdid them, certainly, I think. I mean, we just did a really good job of boxing out, getting a lot of rebounds tonight. So, and that'll always make a difference anytime you end up with a ball, whether it's from your missed shot or their missed shot. It means another possession for you to try to score.
Well, yep. Good team effort tonight, 3 in double figures, but everybody that played contributed, did their job, and satisfying win to go home.
Well, and I think maybe one
home.
last shout out to Ben Burkett. I mean, that was one heck of a play where he had the fast break and
just took it in
somehow
and
managed to get the ball up there at 2 Busco players going up for the block shot and ended up fouling out their big guy at the same time.
Really the turning point of the game right there when that happened.
Yeah. So wanted to let you know that tomorrow night we'll be bringing you a girls game. It'll be at Westview. That'll be on at 5:45, and I believe it's just varsity again. Still not enough players back to have a JV. So join us then, and also this coming Tuesday evening will be another girls game where we've committed to doing at least all the home games for the girls. So if support the girls as well if you can. Listen to us here on LaGwanamedia.com. So thanks for joining us this evening. Just wanted to remind you that tonight's game was brought to you by our sponsors. Our platinum sponsor, Weaver Furniture Sales, with 2 locations in Shipshewana. Our silver sponsors, Height Auto Body, Eden Worship Center, Topeka Do It Best Hardware, Tiffany's Restaurant, Freedom Finish Works, Dale's Dependable Handyman, and LaGwana. Bronze sponsors, Topeka Pharmacy, Lehman Insurance and Financial Group, Jerry Standard Service, Topeka Clinic, Dutch Blessing Floral, Mold Mob, and Precision Financial Group. So for our cameraman Chris Mast and Jeremy Anderson doing the engineering, and thanks to Butch Lehman for helping us out during the JV game, doing color commentary, and Jamie doing play-by-play.